Did you know the average American with diabetes spends over $16,000 a year on medical costs? $16,000 a year. That's more than most people spend on food, housing, or even their grandkids' college fund. And guess what? A huge part of that money goes toward managing just one exhausting, frustrating, and often embarrassing symptom: frequent urination. Especially at night, if you've ever gotten up 3, 4, or even 6 times a night just to use the bathroom, you know exactly what I mean. It wrecks your sleep, your energy, your memory, your heart, and even your relationships. But what if I told you that certain plant-based proteins, foods you can buy right now, today, in any grocery store, can actually help reduce those nighttime bathroom trips naturally? In this video, as a doctor, I'm revealing the top 4 best plant-based protein foods that may help stop frequent urination if you're diabetic and over 50. You don't want to miss this, because the last food I'll share might shock you, and it's one most Americans never think about. So, stick with me till the end, and I promise you'll walk away with something practical, powerful, and even life-changing. If this speaks to you, don't forget to comment below, like, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss out again. 1. Tofu and tempeh. Tempeh is a traditional Indonesian dish made from fermented soybeans with a history spanning hundreds of years. Thanks to its easy digestibility and rich nutritional profile, tempeh is now considered an ideal plant-based food to support managing diabetes naturally for those over 50, and is particularly beneficial for older adults experiencing prolonged nighttime urination. What many people don't realize is that diet can directly impact this condition. Tempeh is a prime example. A 100-gram serving of tempeh provides approximately 19 grams of plant-based protein. This protein not only helps maintain muscle mass but also stabilizes blood sugar levels, especially at night. When blood sugar is stable, the kidneys function more consistently, reducing the pressure to excrete excess sugar through urine, which in turn reduces the frequency of nighttime urination. Additionally, tempeh contains about 6 grams of soluble and insoluble fiber, which slows carbohydrate absorption, minimizes post-meal blood sugar spikes, and promotes a feeling of fullness, curbing late-night snacking, a habit that can elevate nighttime glucose levels. Most importantly, tempeh contains genistein, a natural isoflavone. According to The Whole Soy Story by expert Kayla T. Daniel, genistein has been shown to have anti-inflammatory properties, regulate insulin activity, and support hormone function in older adults. This is crucial for those living with type 2 diabetes, as genistein improves insulin utilization in cells, leading to better blood sugar control. Furthermore, this compound helps protect the urinary tract from chronic inflammation, a hidden cause of prolonged nighttime urination in older adults. In other words, tempeh not only helps manage blood sugar but also supports kidney and bladder health. What truly makes me want you to try tempeh today is a simple yet highly effective preparation tip that few people know: steaming tempeh with green tea leaves. This method can nearly double tempeh's antioxidant activity. Steaming preserves genistein and other heat-sensitive nutrients that frying can destroy. Additionally, green tea contains EGCG, a powerful anti-inflammatory compound that protects kidney cells and soothes irritated bladder tissue. When genistein and EGCG combine, they create a synergistic effect that reduces inflammation, enhances endocrine function, and improves the body's natural excretory processes. Simply cut tempeh into bite-sized pieces, rinse briefly with warm water, and place it in a steamer. At the bottom of the steamer, add a layer of fresh green tea leaves or 1 teaspoon of dried green tea if fresh leaves aren't available. Steam for 8 to 10 minutes until the tempeh is soft and fragrant. You can enjoy it immediately with boiled vegetables, brown rice, or mixed into a salad. To enhance the flavor, add a splash of low-sodium soy sauce or a few slices of ginger during steaming. This steaming method makes tempeh easier to digest, reduces bloating, and avoids straining the digestive system and kidneys, making it especially suitable for those over 50. Moreover, using green tea instead of plain water during steaming boosts the dish's anti-inflammatory properties, helping you manage nighttime urination more effectively without relying on diuretics or supplements. Let me share a quick story. A patient of mine, a 63-year-old gentleman who has lived with type 2 diabetes for over a decade, tried this tip after we discussed it. He started steaming tempeh with green tea 3 times a week, and within just 10 days, his nighttime urination dropped from 3 times to just once. He slept better, felt more alert in the morning, and told me it was the first time in years he felt truly in control of his health. The best part? No new medications or major changes, just a small tweak in the kitchen. If you've tried tempeh before, but haven't steamed it with green tea, I strongly urge you to give it a shot. And if you're looking for a natural, safe, and simple way to support managing diabetes naturally over 50, don't overlook this tip. You don't need to do anything complicated. Just add one ingredient to your usual cooking routine and do it consistently each week. Your body will feel the difference. 2. Peanuts. So, after a soft, easily digestible, protein-rich food like tempeh, can you guess the next food? A crunchy snack often eaten as a treat, but packed with healthy fats, perfect for people over 50. Many of my patients often ask, "Doctor, I have diabetes. Should I eat peanuts? I heard they're too fatty." This is a common misconception. In reality, when consumed correctly and in moderation, peanuts are not only harmless but also one of the best plant-based foods to support managing diabetes naturally over 50, particularly in reducing nighttime urination and maintaining healthy kidney function. Peanuts offer a surprising array of benefits that few people expect. First, let's talk about their ability to stabilize blood sugar, a top priority for people with diabetes. A 28-gram serving of peanuts contains about 7 grams of protein and 2.5 grams of fiber. Thanks to this protein and fiber, peanuts slow the absorption of glucose into the bloodstream after meals, preventing sudden blood sugar spikes that put pressure on the kidneys and cause frequent nighttime urination. That's not all. Peanuts are rich in antioxidants, specifically resveratrol and vitamin E, which reduce oxidative stress. This is critical because people with long-term diabetes often experience kidney and microvascular damage. These damages are the underlying reasons why your body struggles to retain water at night, leading to frequent urination. A 28-gram serving of peanuts also contains about 4.5 grams of monounsaturated fats, a heart-healthy fat with natural anti-inflammatory properties. This is especially important after age 50, when circulation and kidney filtration start to decline. One key highlight is that peanuts are rich in arginine, an amino acid that improves endothelial function and enhances blood flow to organs, including the bladder and urinary tract. Better blood flow means better control over urination, reducing sudden urges to urinate at night. This isn't just my opinion. The Insulin Resistance Atherosclerosis Study, IRES, conducted on 1,250 adults in the U.S., found that daily peanut consumption improved insulin sensitivity by up to 24%. The study also noted a significant reduction in diabetes-related urinary complications, including prolonged nighttime urination. But here's a tip that few people know, and to me, this makes all the difference between eating peanuts the right way and the wrong way. Many people eat salted, roasted peanuts. That's a mistake. Salt can cause water retention and thirst, leading you to drink more water in the evening, which worsens nighttime urination. Moreover, roasting at high temperatures destroys a significant portion of peanuts' antioxidants and creates free radicals, which are harmful for people with diabetes. So, what's the solution? Boiled peanuts. It sounds simple, but the results are remarkable. Boiling peanuts requires no oil or salt and preserves most of their nutrients like resveratrol, arginine, and vitamin E+. Boiling makes peanuts softer and easier to digest, which is ideal for older adults with weaker digestive systems. Another bonus, boiled peanuts don't cause thirst like salted roasted ones, so you won't need to drink water at night, directly helping reduce nighttime urination. Boiling peanuts is easy. Choose raw, unshelled peanuts, rinse them thoroughly, and soak them in water for 4 to 5 hours to soften. Then, boil them in clean water for 45 to 60 minutes until soft and ready to eat. Let them cool and store in the fridge, eating about 20 to 30 peanuts in the afternoon or evening daily. This amount is enough to stabilize blood sugar and prevent nighttime hunger, reducing urination urges caused by blood sugar fluctuations. Try this boiling method for 2 weeks, and you'll likely sleep much better, waking up only once at night. Best of all, you'll feel more alert in the morning. These small, manageable changes can truly make a lasting difference for the health of people with diabetes over 50. If you thought peanuts weren't for people with diabetes, I hope you'll reconsider today. Try boiling peanuts and feel the difference. And if you find this tip simple yet effective, don't hesitate to like the video so more people can learn about this gentle way to care for their health. 3. Quinoa. So, After a small but nutrient-packed nut like peanuts, are you curious about another grain-like seed often called a golden superfood for people with diabetes? There's a common mistake I see many people over 50 make, thinking that quinoa is just an exotic grain for vegetarians or young people following a healthy lifestyle. But the truth is, quinoa is one of the most powerful plant-based foods to support managing diabetes naturally over 50, especially in controlling nighttime urination, enhancing kidney function, and maintaining stable blood sugar levels. So, what makes quinoa stand out among foods for people with diabetes over 50? First, let's talk about its ability to combat insulin resistance. A cooked cup of quinoa contains about 39 grams of carbohydrates, but most of these come from soluble fiber and plant-based protein, which slow glucose absorption. A cup of quinoa also provides around 8 grams of protein and 5 grams of fiber, keeping you full longer, reducing post-meal blood sugar spikes, and easing the burden on the kidneys, an organ particularly vulnerable in people with long-term diabetes. Next is its anti-inflammatory effect, especially on the bladder and lower urinary tract. These areas are often irritated when blood sugar is unstable, leading to frequent nighttime urination. Quinoa contains natural flavonoids like quercetin and kaempferol, powerful anti-inflammatory compounds that soothe the bladder lining and reduce prolonged nighttime urination. However, the nutrient I want you to pay special attention to is magnesium. Each cooked cup of quinoa contains about 118 milligrams of magnesium, roughly 28% of the daily requirement for older adults. Magnesium helps relax the bladder muscles, supports nerve signaling, and improves sleep quality. When the nervous system functions more effectively, false signals from the bladder to the brain at night are reduced, allowing you to sleep better and wake up less often due to the urge to urinate. Now, let's get to the part I want to emphasize most, the proper way to prepare quinoa. Many people prepare quinoa incorrectly, making it hard to digest and causing bloating, especially at night. The culprit is saponin, a naturally occurring compound on the surface of quinoa grains that has a slightly bitter taste and can cause digestive upset if not properly removed. So, what's the trick? Before cooking, soak quinoa in warm water with a few slices of fresh ginger for about 30 minutes. The warm water softens the grains while the ginger neutralizes quinoa's cooling nature and supports digestion, which is especially helpful for older adults with sensitive stomachs. After soaking, rinse thoroughly with cold water before cooking. This method removes up to 95% of the saponin, making the dish easier to digest, preventing nighttime bloating, and ensuring you can sleep without waking up due to stomach discomfort. When cooking quinoa, use a ratio of 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. Simmer on low heat with the lid on, and let it cook evenly for about 15 to 20 minutes. No need to add salt or seasonings, as quinoa has a naturally nutty and aromatic flavor. For extra flavor, you can add a few slices of boiled ginger or a bit of fresh turmeric to boost its anti-inflammatory benefits for the urinary system. The best time to eat quinoa is at dinner. This is what I recommend for my patients over 50 to try. A warm, easily digestible cup of quinoa stabilizes blood sugar overnight, supports deeper sleep, and most importantly, significantly reduces nighttime urination within 1 to 2 weeks of consistent use. See how a small change like how you prepare a food can make a big difference in your sleep quality and overall health. If you thought quinoa was only for young people chasing a healthy lifestyle, it's time to recognize the incredible value this tiny grain offers for people with diabetes over 50. Have you ever tried quinoa? If you find this tip helpful and want to try the ancient Inca cooking style, leave a comment saying, Inca style. 4. Lentils. And now, are you curious about a tiny plant that's incredibly effective at keeping blood sugar stable and is a familiar staple in American kitchens? One of the most insidious and dangerous complications of diabetes is chronic kidney damage. Sadly, many people over 50 don't detect it in time until significant kidney damage has already occurred. But the good news is that there are simple, accessible plant-based foods that can help slow or even prevent the progression of kidney decline. Among them, lentils stand out as a silent hero in the journey to support managing diabetes naturally over 50. Lentils are small legumes packed with a powerhouse of nutrition. A half cup of cooked lentils contains up to 9 grams of plant-based protein, 8 grams of fiber, and only about 20 grams of complex carbohydrates. The soluble fiber in lentils acts like a natural filter in the digestive system, slowing the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream and preventing post-meal blood sugar spikes. This not only helps maintain stable blood sugar levels but also reduces the filtration pressure on the glomeruli, the structures responsible for the kidney's primary waste removal function. Beyond that, lentils are rich in folate, also known as vitamin B9. In 100 grams of cooked lentils, there's approximately 180 micrograms of folate, equivalent to about 45% of the daily requirement. Folate plays a critical role in cell regeneration and maintaining healthy kidney function. For people with diabetes, prolonged kidney cell damage can lead to reduced filtration capacity, causing prolonged nighttime urination, fatigue, swollen feet, and other symptoms. Getting enough folate through foods like lentils is a natural, safe way to protect kidney cells from damage. A concrete example comes from the talk show, Diabetes Uncovered, by Dr. Jason Fung, a renowned expert in treating diabetes naturally. He shared that when type 2 diabetes patients replaced their dinner with lentils for 8 weeks, their HbA1c levels, the average blood sugar over 3 months, dropped by up to 0.7%. This is an incredibly impressive result, as it's comparable to the effects of many diabetes medications. And all it took was a change in dinner habits. Now, you might be wondering, how should I eat lentils? Is there a specific tip? This is the most important part one wants you to pay attention to. Older adults, especially those over 50, often have weaker digestive systems, slower digestion, and are more sensitive to hard-to-digest foods. So, the first and most crucial tip is to eat well-cooked lentils until soft. Soft, warm lentils are easy to digest and, most importantly, don't cause bloating at night. An ideal portion is half a cup of cooked lentils, about 100 grams. This amount provides optimal benefits without overloading the digestive system. Here's something few people notice. When you eat a dinner rich in fiber and protein like lentils, your body releases energy slowly and steadily throughout the night. This helps prevent midnight hunger, one of the causes of nighttime blood sugar spikes that lead to frequent urination. Many people think nighttime urination is due to drinking too much water. But in reality, nighttime hunger prompts the liver to release glucose to compensate for energy, which stimulates the kidneys to excrete it, causing the urge to urinate. So, how do you make a lentil dinner tasty and not boring? Simply rinse about 100 grams of dried lentils thoroughly, then simmer them in water for 25 to 30 minutes. You can add a pinch of turmeric and cumin to enhance flavor and aid digestion. Avoid adding too much salt, and absolutely steer clear of canned lentils with added salt. High sodium levels can cause water retention, make you thirsty, and increase the risk of nighttime urination. One more small tip I really want you to remember: eat lentils for dinner at least 2 to 3 times a week instead of every day. Rotating them keeps meals interesting and prevents you from getting tired of the dish. Lentils can also be paired with savory oatmeal or soft steamed vegetables, both diabetes-friendly foods for people over 50. Remember, just a small change like half a cup of lentils at dinner can make a big leap in supporting managing diabetes naturally over 50. Solutions don't always require medication. It's just about choosing the right food at the right time. Comment and subscribe to the channel if you find these tips genuinely helpful, because who knows, one piece of advice today could transform your health tomorrow. We've just explored 4 plant-based, protein-rich foods that are incredibly suitable for people over 50 living with diabetes and struggling with prolonged nighttime urination. Each food, from tempeh, peanuts, and quinoa to lentils, not only helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce kidney stress but also provides essential nutrients like arginine, folate, fiber, and complete proteins, directly supporting kidney protection, improving vascular function, and preventing dangerous complications. More importantly, all these solutions are natural, easy to apply, and backed by scientific research. This isn't just information, it's an opportunity for you to make a change, to sleep better, reduce nighttime urination, and live healthier every day. But if you ignore this and continue old eating habits, the consequences won't stop at sleeplessness or fatigue. They could be warning signs of silent kidney damage progressing, bringing you closer to kidney failure, dialysis, and a serious decline in quality of life. Start with tonight's dinner. It's simple, but if done right, it could be the first step to reclaiming your sleep, health, and control in your journey to live well with diabetes. Are you ready to make that change?